In a recent survey, 7 out of 10 Indians complained of gut issues. So, what are the common and serious gut issues out there?
7 will be a oversimplification of the things. I would say almost half of the people do suffer from it. Okay, so the major gut issues that people from the urban areas they do suffer is one of the thing called gas. Okay, gas is a broader term basically. So what the Indian interpretation or the Indian society interpretation of the gas is actually not true. Okay, you are interpreting your belching and your bloating, your constipations, your pain, everything as gas. Okay, basically, but the belching, bloating, constipations, diarrheas, and pain they are different diseases. Okay, so if we leave the gas apart from here, the other issues that people face is constipation, recurrent diarrheas, too frequent diarrheas, a disease called IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and acidity and GERD. GERD is a short term which is used for reflux of the food content and the acid into the food pipe. That is the major the things that people suffer from.
What are the common things that we are doing wrong that are leading to these gut issues?
Urban society, what are the common things? See, all of the gut problems, the answer will go back and spiral down to your food that you eat and the water that you drink. Plus, you add on the stress of the urban living on top of the background diseases that you suffer from. Okay, so food that we drink is basically too much of the processed food. Okay, too much of the aerated drinks, and too much, I would say, eating outside, unhealthy food, too much of the food with saturated fatty acids. Okay, less of proteins, more of carbs and fats. So to simplify these things, these are the major issues, and this is basically wrong in the diet. So if you are talking about what will be the good thing to do it, you eat your healthy foods, which is freshly grown on the fruits on the trees. So you can have fruits, all the veggies, salads, whole grains, and if you are talking about non-veg food, the chicken part of it, not the red meat, and the eggs. So basically the protein source has to come from there. If you are a vegetarian eating population, the protein source will come from either milk or from soya bean majorly. Okay, and processed food, as much as you the diseases of bowel which have developed, or I would say the incidence have gone up in the Indian society, is basically that we read up in the literature is because our diet has become westernized. So what is westernization of our diet? Westernization of our diet is basically we are eating more of processed foods. So as much as we eat processed foods, the chances of us having gut issues will go up. Okay, with aerated drinks and beverages is a problem with the sugar. Okay, some of these drinks might be good for your health. The problem is with the added sugar in those things and additive preservatives. Okay, so that becomes detrimental long term for your health.
We did some research and found that alcohol is anti to good bacteria, and so is junk food. Can you tell us a bit more about this?
See, no amount of alcohol is safe alcohol for the body. There was a thought that used to go at some point of time in the society that the doctors are telling that red wine is good. Okay, so the thing about red wine is, among the other types of alcohol, red wine is relatively less toxic vis-a-vis to alcohol. It is not that if you are taking one bottle of red wine in a day, nothing is going to happen to you. Okay, so the bottom line and the punchline is no amount of alcohol is a safe alcohol.
Which out of these issues are the more serious ones, if I may ask?
See, alcohol has a multifactorial effect on the gut health. Okay, alcohol at the end of the day is a chemical, so there will be chemical damage to it. Alcohol is manufactured by the fermentation of a product, okay, like a wheat or grapes, and there is a bacterial load in the alcohol as well. So alcohol per se as a chemical will cause damage into the intestine. There will be loss of the intestinal, the protective layer of the intestine. Once the protective layer of intestine is lost, then the products which are supposed to be in the intestine, they basically start going out, and the first organ that comes into the contact of all these chemicals is liver. Okay, so you will have the liver health affection, and alcohol per se will, because it's at the end of the day it's a chemical, it is going to damage the lining of the body from inside. So very trivial thing that I tell to my patients who are taking alcohol is, see, we all of the people who take alcohol, they basically dilute alcohol intake, right? No one is taking alcohol neat, at least majorly. So why are we doing it? We are doing it to cut the corrosive action of the alcohol. That is the thing. So because once it's become diluted, it's become more palatable. So what happens once the alcohol goes inside the stomach? The stomach is the first organ that comes into contact. All the water is absorbed readily or easier as compared to the alcohol, because alcohol will get digested before it is getting absorbed. Okay. So the water goes inside the body faster as compared to the alcohol. What remains is the alcohol. So what if the alcohol is damaging mouth? It can damage your stomach chemically also before it start causing damage to the liver and the other tissues in the body.